Hello, everyone. Welcome to Strange Planet NYC. We're doing a little bit of a live stream here, semi-live stream, not really live, but we just met this night, Jamel, Alex, and myself. We got here Jamel from the Facebook page known as Jedi versus the Dark Side. You got to check that out. And we also have Alex Figueroa from Ultra HD Geek. He has a great channel there. Make sure you subscribe to his thing. May the Force be with you. And also no, I'm kidding. It's a Catholic thing. But let me tell you, may the Force be with you. I'm kind of curious. Why is May the 4th? So is it because of how it sounds that May the Force be with you, or did May 4th was that an actual significant date in Star Wars history? I think it was the date that the first Star Wars film came out. Am I right, or am I going off on that?
I really don't know. I always thought that the fans are the ones that came up with the whole.
I think so too. I think so too.
Yeah, and then they came out with the other one, Revenge of the Fifth. That's tomorrow.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You should have waited till tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's Revenge of the Fifth.
Revenge of the Fifth.
Yeah.
But we're not. We're here to celebrate not only Star Wars, because we got our Star Wars stuff here and everything. I got my drink here. Jamel's got his drink, and Alex got, I don't know what he has.
I got a Tupperware full of water.
We have a lot of Star Wars stuff going on here. We got, oh no, that's not Star Wars. Sorry. We got Luke here. We got Supreme Leader Snoke. What's up? Right? And Alex got
snap.
like Dark Side. Look at that, Vader. And there you go. You see, we got all this. We got everything going on here. We got the Millennium Falcon here. I got my lightsabers, of course. They're up on the wall. As a matter of fact, I have this. This ain't a specific one, but this is the one I got. Remember from?
That's the Widowmaker.
The what? The Widowmaker. Word.
600. What was it? 600.
It was 600.
Yeah.
From Vader's Vault. A Vader's
couch.
Vault lightsaber. It was pretty cool. Yeah, she was like this. How much did you pay for? Forget it. It was bad. Nah, it worked out. It worked out. It was good. But in addition to all that, something else special happened. Two things happened in the streaming world. One, they released Rise of Skywalker episode 9 on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And Alex is like, so.
So you really I don't want to go off topic because we're here for one of the awesome shows that they put out.
But that's the other one. I was about to get to that, but yeah.
Do you guys really think Rise of Skywalker is really a Star Wars movie, or a Star Wars a Skywalker saga?
Do we really have any other choice?
Huh? I know we don't have a choice, but I'm just saying, is it really part of the Skywalker saga? 7, 8, and 9. Let's really think about that. I'm just saying, honest opinion around the table, because you guys are diehard Star Wars
if I
fans.
if I can get in the DeLorean, right, from Back to the Future and go back in time, I would have bolted every door into George Lucas's Skywalker Ranch before he was gonna leave the house in order to go sign that deal with Disney.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Basically, don't do it, yo. Don't do it. Finish your vision of this, dude. Finish your and because I don't know whether or not George Lucas was sitting by saying, you know what? They got mad at me because of Jar Jar Binks. Screw that. I'm gonna really show them. Yeah, you want to see a messed up set of Star Wars? I'll show you a messed up. Hey, Disney.
Ralph would have showed up decked out as Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Ralph
It would have been bad.
Newspaper clippings of what happens when he sold it.
This would have happened like the doc. This would have happened to you. Lightning. Just like in the movie.
George Lucas would have been like, I don't care. But no, but honestly, because you guys are really diehard fans,
Yeah.
do you guys really consider 7, 8, and 9 a Skywalker saga?
Jamel, go ahead. You gotta say this.
I could consider 7, 8, but 9, no. No. Not 9 is just it's just a tough pill to swallow.
Okay.
You know? It's just a tough pill to swallow because it's everywhere. You know, that story is like everywhere. It's like, you know, it's like in order for you to understand this film, you just have to sit and just watch it and not really say a word.
No, you gotta read the book. Is what you gotta do.
Well, I read half of it. I haven't read the other half because I've been like so busy with school. But I mean, that's
Jamel's
just my
like,
opinion.
oh,
That's just my opinion. 7 and 8, I would consider part of the trilogy.
Okay. Ralph?
I would have loved to have seen 9 made differently, and 8 to a certain extent. Like if
I would've
8, you know, I had beef with 8, but if 8 would have just been, look, if I had to put up with 8, I could have at least done this. Look, take out that, what's the name of that stupid planet where everybody was gambling?
The casino planet.
Canto Bite. Yeah,
Canto Bite.
if you took out a half an hour of Canto Bite and either left it that way or added something with more substance, I would have been fine with episode 8 when it came out. I would have probably enjoyed it a lot more. But with episode 9, there had to be more of an explanation. Like, I didn't know that planet that Kylo Ren was on was Mustafar. In the very beginning of the movie, when you see him killing all those people. I didn't know that was Mustafar. Did
I
you?
tell you right now, I didn't know. I thought it was a red. But the thing is, what's so confusing is not every Star Wars movie that we see, they give you a destination logo. Like, you know, like, tattooing in the corner. Like, they don't give you that, like what new movies do.
Well, based
But
on how they
every
changed.
fans know.
Yeah.
The fans will know what planet they're on. These new Disney movies, they're throwing new planets at you, and you're like, okay, how did I know that was Darth Vader's planet or whatever?
Yeah, we saw
Mustafar-
trees. I didn't see trees in
they
episode
chopped-
3.
Well, they chopped up the beginning. 'Cause
Oh, the beginning
I
looked
read,
longer.
I read the book, and the beginning of that book is just plainly. I mean, it's like chopped up. It's like if you had to like look at the film, it was like it was rearranged differently from the book setting.
Yeah.
You know, because if I was to tell you what it looked like in the book,
Yeah.
it was that scene where Rey is hovering, saying, "Please be with me," and from there was the beginning of the book. It would start off there with Leia and Rey, and then it will go into Kylo Ren going to Mustafar.
Wait, so it started with her on the floor?
No, it started with her being on the just hovering
She was floating.
Oh,
She was
okay.
meditating.
with rocks, with the
Oh,
rocks
got you.
going around her.
Yeah, training.
And basically it would go from that point, to where Kylo is getting the Wayfinder on Mustafar.
That's crap.
It's
And
ridiculous.
it would actually go. He would have to go through a whole bunch of stuff in order to get through it. But from where the film takes place, it looks like it was chopped up
Yeah.
into like a montage until it actually came up to the point where he got it and went to Exegol.
Yeah.
I would have liked
I
to.
just brought it up. Yeah, no, go ahead. I'm sorry, Ralph.
I would have liked to have seen them go into Darth Vader's castle because we all saw that one in Rogue One, the same setup, right?
Right.
Then people would have been like, "Oh snap, that's Mustafar," right? At least that. Give me a single.
From the description of the book, Darth Vader's castle is in ruin.
But it would have still been there.
It would still, it would have made sense. Yeah, definitely, I agree.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to throw it off and start this whole debate. I just wanted to see, because now that everything is closed and now that they released it on Disney Plus, I just wanted to see how everyone views this movie compared to the other ones when you add it together. Like, is it one of those movies that you just watch 1 through 6 and don't worry about 7, 8, and 9, or you watch 1 through 8 and who cares about 9? Because it's like,
I like to think that you can see the each trilogy on their own and just have their own little kind of like imaginative bubble where you could just be content with those 3 films.
Yeah, I would have to agree, but a lot of people would have like other ways of seeing it. They would just say, okay, what's canon? 1 through 6. That's all. That's in my evidence 1 through 6.
You're never gonna have.
It ended with Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
and they're not even gonna worry about that new trilogy. I'm like, okay, that was just a what if scenario.
Yeah, you're never gonna. Nobody's ever gonna be satisfied with that.
No,
But
you're not gonna have a good fight.
But nonetheless, here we are, May the 4th, and along with the streaming of episode 9, was also streamed the final episode of not just a season but a series. The Clone Wars started a long time ago, years ago, and they stopped making it after the transition from Lucasfilm when they went into Disney, and then Disney said, well, let's finish it up. So they finished it up.
Well, not Disney. Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni
wanted
finished
to give
it
it
up.
to the crowd. Yeah, he wanted to give it to the fans. Disney didn't say.
This was
he wanted to come out and give the fans what they always wanted.
Yeah.
They wanted a finished product.
And wow, did they finish it, man? Did they finish
he gave it. Well,
you
let's
wanted
be
to
honest.
Go ahead, Alex.
Let's be really honest.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. The first 7 episodes was doo-doo. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was really boring.
I didn't know where that was going initially.
I didn't like. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, the title speaks for itself. Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So the majority of the story is going to be about the clones.
Yeah.
So they're going to show more of the clones than the actual characters.
Yes.
I think that's what really happened in this season. They showed more of the clones, and then less of the actual centerpieces of the Clone Wars, which is Anakin, Obi-Wan, the Jedi, Ahsoka, Maul, and
it's
Sidious.
I mean,
we've seen less of Sidious in this season than the previous season.
Yeah, but you know why? I actually give that an okay because first of all, we already knew that this season was going to end with the events of Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3, which it did. And the thing that I like about it was that, okay, fine, those first few episodes were like, right?
Right.
But I respected the idea that the whole 7th season was really Ahsoka's story, Ahsoka Tano's storyline, period. Like, because if you go to the other seasons, you're seeing what Anakin went through, what Obi-Wan's going through, what this person's going through, what Yoda when he went off to this thing. This was all Ahsoka, Episode 7, all of it. Right. From the first one of season 7 to the last, and I really appreciated that.
Right.
It
gave you the idea where did Ahsoka Tano lie in the Clone Wars.
She in the beginning she's trying to get away and trying to get away from it all, and she runs into those 2 girls, those sisters.
Yeah.
But those were the weakest episodes.
Those were the weakest episodes. But what happened there was that I think they were trying to kind of show that Ahsoka did in fact try to really do something different with her life. She was trying to really put this behind her.
Right.
And I think those episodes were the attempt to show that, Ahsoka didn't just leave. She really left. And she tried to really put all this...
But she really couldn't... The thing is that she really couldn't leave having the idea that she was a Padawan from the Jedi Order.
Right.
And she couldn't really escape that.
Yeah. Well, it came back to her.
She even knew that even when she was behind with the 2 sisters, she had to have done something to keep them, safe, to keep them from being killed. So she had. I guess it was a question of what was she going to do next.
Well, she has a high moral code.
Yeah.
And aside from that, what transitioned from those episodes to the last few episodes was when the Mandalorians came for her. Right? The Siege of Mandalore, which was mentioned in Rebels, when they ran into when they first came across Rex. when if you see that episode in Rebels, I was watching that.
Right.
And they showed Rex talking about last time I saw Ahsoka was the Siege of Mandalore. That was the last time I worked with her, which was what happened.
Yeah, which was what
That
happened.
was when
yeah.
they captured Maul, and we saw what happened. They captured Maul. They had him in the thing, and then in the middle of that, Order 66 kicked in, and then they referred to that other episode from the Clone Wars from a few years ago about how they almost uncovered that.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
fives.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
with the clone fives that his inhibitor chip
yeah,
malfunctioned.
right.
And already when that happened, they thought that oh, what happened?
I'm gonna kill all the Jedi.
The jig is up.
Yeah.
The jig is up.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
they just basically just brushed it aside.
Right.
You know?
But I loved how it came out again here. And Mhm.
One of the things that I liked was, and it's funny because it seems like this character just doesn't want to die, but you already know that he dies in Rebels. That's Darth Maul. And and you finally get to see how big of a piece of Maul was to this plan, even though that he basically lost his respect for his master during season 5 when Sidious killed his brother.
Yeah.
So basically, he was actually out for revenge.
Yes.
But when he saw what really happened in Mandalore when he was talking to Ahsoka, and he basically tells Ahsoka what's going on, the master plan.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, I understand where this is going, but how is it actually going to end? I guess that's what everybody wanted to know.
But it's funny because the way they set up, and it's weird because I feel like this is with every Star Wars.
Yeah.
They always set up there's always an action and a consequence.
Yeah.
And you can see that throughout the whole time.
Yeah.
Maul tells Ahsoka, Skywalker is the piece to this whole thing. Oh, I don't believe you. Master's never going to turn into it. So I'm going to go with Anakin. Anakin gets bad. He becomes Vader. What does Maul say? Well, because of you, you let this happen, so this is your fault. And then the funny thing is, I looked at my wife and I went, it is Ahsoka's fault.
What?
It is.
You didn't even understand what was happening until it was too late.
Right,
Yeah,
but she knew that she got the information. She never told Yoda and the council.
She had an opportunity to tell Yoda when Yoda asked, "More do you have to say, Ahsoka?" And then she thought about it.
And then she held the information.
And then she held the information. She was like, "No." And then he questioned her about, are you reporting as a Jedi? And she said, "Not now, not yet."
Yeah.
So I'm like wondering if she really was gonna go back to the Jedi, or whether she was just gonna see how everything played out.
I think she was gonna. What happened was, I have a feeling she was gonna confront Anakin herself.
Yeah.
But what happened was she never got the plan. And I'm like, wait a minute, if you really look at this now, the way the new storyline is because of this,
Right.
Ahsoka, this whole thing happened because of her. It's like that's where it's now you're going, oh, damn. Now they put the whole weight on her shoulders because it's like, well, Maul let you know. You didn't want to tell nobody. You wanted to be all, cool and dandy and wait for your master to come.
Right.
And he turns. And it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Well, the thing about this is that
they changed everything.
They changed everything. I mean,
Yeah.
if you would have to go back, let's go back to when Revenge of the Sith first came out.
Yeah.
The character of Ahsoka Tano wasn't even thought of. She was just a mere thought. The whole Clone Wars series was not even in existence. And the idea of Anakin turning to the dark side was that he wanted to save Padme from dying. And that was the main focal point of how he turned to Darth Vader.
Well,
But
that's
fast
what
forward.
episode 3 covered.
Yeah, But then, how you call it when they started Clone Wars, then they just started this whole other side of the Clone Wars by adding Ahsoka Tano, and then that's when everybody was starting to ask all these questions. We didn't know that Anakin had a Padawan, you know. For all I know, I thought only masters are supposed to train Padawans, not actual Jedi Knights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
was
if you
always
look at-
lingering in my head.
Yeah. So
Well-
and they never turned him into a master.
Well, he never got to that point.
He never got to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and he was already a general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was. I guess if you had to like put it all into perspective, I guess it's the way they put it is that they just want people to see a different side of the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
Because
different point of view.
They've been showing like different points of view through video games and actually the Clone Wars and all this other stuff that they've been creating, and it's like, okay.
I actually liked how they they was able to blend that really good. They were slick. You know that
Right.
scene in yeah, a couple episodes ago when you see them talking and they have that same conversation in episode 3, Mace Windu and the other and Yoda and their
Yeah.
holograms
Mhm.
about how the dark side of the Force surrounds the Chancellor. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And then as soon as I forgot where at one point, but Ahsoka walks in with Rex,
yeah.
and I don't know if Rex was with her actually, but Ahsoka walked in on that. We didn't see it in episode 3 because the idea didn't come up yet, but I liked how they blended it together.
But I think what was it that I think it was Rex that said that he had said something about when that Anakin had already left the meeting, that Anakin was there.
Yeah.
The meeting had left because Mace Windu told him to tell
Right,
Chancellor
and I remember that. Yes,
Kenobi defeated Grievous.
yes,
And then when he left, that's when Ahsoka Tano showed
yes, yes, yes.
So it was like, okay, well, how did this come up? This is the thing.
No, it's a good way that they. I liked it. I
Yeah,
liked how they blended it. To
I
be
liked
honest
it
with
also, but it also gave you're also seeing a different side of Mace Windu, in a sense.
you. Why?
Well, he was a douche.
He was.
Oh, he was such a douche. You saw how he treated her. Well, since
Yeah.
you're not a Jedi anymore, you can't be privy to our information.
And I would have been like,
I'm
you know what? And now you're gonna die in 2 scenes now. From now, you jackass. That's what I would have said.
You went out the window.
Yeah, you went out the window. But yeah, no, he was he was a douche. Another thing they did, which I thought was very creative, was Dave Filoni used all the audio from Revenge of the Sith when Anakin turned, right? When she's on the Death Star or whatever the hell it was, destroyer or whatever. the
It
hell
was a
he's-
proto Star Destroyer.
yeah, whatever. That thing.
Mhm.
And she hears the actual Mace Windu speaking to the Chancellor, and then Anakin, no, and
Don't
then
listen, power.
Yeah. So what they did was they removed Christian Haydenson from
And
it,
added- yeah,
and they added the actual voice actor that played Anakin, so the
Anakin.
crowd could get more invested, because technically everyone's used to that Anakin
Yeah.
in the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was like, that is very genius. So you technically had Samuel Jackson
right,
as Mace Windu,
Mhm.
and you had Ian McDermott playing
right.
but they just took out Christian Haydenson and they put the voice actor.
And
Oh,
that was
that's pretty awesome.
I thought that
was
worked.
the
Yeah.
act- And that was the actual scene where he comes out and says, "What have I done?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you really couldn't tell who said it. I thought it was still Aiden Christensen.
No, you could tell it was the voice actor that played him. Yeah, you could tell because his voice was deeper,
Mhm.
like when he said it, because he said it longer. It's like,
But
what
you know
have
what
I
the funny
done?
thing? But you know what the funny thing is that, and I noticed this also. They never.
What did you
put-
notice, Jamal?
No. This is the thing, and it's like I'm like wondering why didn't they do that? Because it would have answered the question for Ahsoka. that scene where Sidious is telling, when he says, "What have I done?" He comes and says, "You're fulfilling your destiny, Anakin." And then he says, "Become my apprentice, learn to use the dark side of the Force."
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's why he says, "I will do whatever you ask.
Yeah.
Just save Padme's
Yeah. Yes.
life."
Yes. Yes. We
Basically
know the whole script.
basically accepting that he turned to the dark side. And they didn't add that just so the fact that Ahsoka wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? If they would have added that, it would have gave clarity to Ahsoka that it was actually Anakin that turned.
I think the reason why that didn't happen was because Ahsoka is bonded with Anakin, not Darth Vader, and he switched to the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the minute he killed Mace Windu and he said, what have I done?
Yeah.
That's it. It's
That
over.
was the last
No more
time that
yeah.
that connect was.
Yeah, the bonding is
until that
done.
moment in Rebels when they
Yeah.
sensed each other's presence.
Now,
right.
another special moment where I was like very touched was the last time you ever see Anakin is when Vader picked up the lightsaber he gave Ahsoka
Yeah.
and he ignited it. And that's the last time you see Anakin as Anakin, because you hear him say something. Like
He
he
did?
says something. Yeah, he says something in the voice, but it's super whisper style. Like he didn't
Oh,
say it
I
loud.
didn't pick up on that. I need to
Yeah, when he ignites,
take another listen.
yeah, watch it. He ignites, and then he says, he'll say something.
Oh,
But
okay.
you can't hear it. It's one of those like when
Oh
when
God,
you watch,
great,
Did you
great,
guys-
great, great. Now
did
there's
you
gonna be a
guys
whole bunch of YouTube videos right here about what did Vader say, and
yeah,
Did you guys actually like that scene? Though?
I loved it
I loved it.
because
I
you
thought
could
there
tell
was
time
something-
passed by
I
at that
actually thought-
point.
Yeah,
Time
but
had
I
passed
actually-
by.
I actually thought that, you know, that scene where Ahsoka is looking at the Clone Wars helmets
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
after they just finished,
Yeah.
burying them.
Yeah.
I thought that split second, Ahsoka was gonna have like a little camcorder
hmm
when she opens it, and it's Kenobi saying for all the Jedi
To run.
to
So-
run.
to run and don't go to the
Jedi temple.
Yeah,
Jedi
don't go to the
temple.
temple. Yeah,
Yeah, I actually thought that was gonna be recorded, and they actually seen it. Basically, Ahsoka actually doing what what he tells her to do. You know, and I was
Okay.
like, but when I saw that it time jumped to when Anakin goes to that planet,
yeah.
obviously doing something like a scavenger hunt or something like that.
I think they were. I don't know why they were there initially, but apparently they were there to. I don't know what to get something from the wreckage of
Yeah.
the ship or whatever. But you could tell time had passed because you saw the traditional stormtrooper uniforms. You know that we all grew up on.
But you know what really got to me was when Ahsoka took the lightsaber and actually dropped it.
She left it there.
She left it there, but she also came to the realization why she left the Jedi Order at that split second, because she basically feels the same way that Dooku felt and how Qui-Gon felt about the Jedi.
hmm
That they weren't, because she said it to Rex. She was like, when I joined the Jedi Order, we were supposed to be keepers of the peace, not soldiers.
Right.
And then Rex tells Ahsoka, well, that's the only life I've known.
Yeah.
Because that's what
Yeah.
the clones were
We're made for.
were made for.
Yeah.
So basically, she didn't want to become a Jedi again because of what the Jedi did. They basically just took themselves away from the Force and just served the Republic.
But it's interesting because what I liked about it, one thing that I came away with watching that last episode was the idea of, you know what? It's a good thing I thought it was a good decision for Ahsoka to have left the Jedi Order, because think about, she may not have survived had she been with everybody else still when all of this went down. She was at the right place at the right time. She was where she needed to be, in order to not only survive Order 66, but to be of great assistance later on, years later. And with the news that they're going to continue to make shows about Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson, right? We got a lot more to see.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they go back and finish Rebels
Um,
because I think they could do one
I-
more
I-
season.
I don't
Where
know about
Ahsoka-
that. I think I'd like to think that. Well, I see where you're going with that.
To find Ezra.
It might be. They might either go in that direction, or they might
Do a live action.
do a live action movie to end it, or something. You know, I mean, there's so many ideas coming out right now.
Right.
You know, with all the changes that are happening.
Mm-hmm.
It, you know, who knows? I just know that this series was great. I've been watching the last 3 episodes again and again because it's great.
I'm hoping that they release. Well, they're gonna release the last season, but I'm hoping that they release the last 4 episodes as an actual film, rather than the episodes.
Yeah, but then
Like,
they'll
put it
they'll
all
probably
together.
put it together and stream it. That's fine. You know, absolutely.
They started the Clone Wars with an animated film. They should end it with an animated film.
They're not gonna. But that when that film came out, they literally put it out in movie theaters. I went to see it.
Yeah.
You know, they're not gonna do that because people are not gonna go. First of all, there are no movie theaters right now.
Well, no, not I'm not saying to put it on theaters. I'm saying to put it streamed.
Yeah.
Stream
Stream.
DVD.
Yeah, I totally get that. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. It will be a
Yeah,
short film, considering, but I liked it
Yeah.
overall. I mean, yeah, the first 4 episodes, yeah, it was, you know, but then things heated up real quick when she reunited with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think part 1 to part 2 were the best episodes, but then again, all the episodes that are good are the ones that link to the actual films, live
Right.
action movies.
And
So,
that's what did it. That's what
my
I liked
thing
about
is-
it.
And my worry is, I do not want them to destroy Ahsoka Tano. Yeah, she is fan favorite. Everyone loves Ahsoka, but don't milk Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Because right
No,
now they're
don't.
gonna start milking everything. Now they're gonna do a live action Ahsoka, which I'm happy for. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And she signed a multi-year deal, so that means she's gonna be in movies or somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just hoping they don't use her so much to the point that you get tired of her. Like, oh, here we go. He goes
Well-
Ahsoka, make her super strong.
I think they should just use her towards a story where you know that she's favorable.
My favorite
Yeah.
scene.
You
What
know
was
what
it?
I'm saying?
You know, and we could close off with this because we've been on for a while. But let's talk about what our favorite scene was overall. You know, for
Overall?
this last season,
Overall.
season 7 of the
Oh,
Clone
I
Wars.
mean, that's obvious.
Oh, I
What it
think
is.
well, can I be the first one to share mine?
Everyone's gonna say the same thing. I guarantee you, everyone says the same thing.
Shoot.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I'll
Oh.
just say Ray Parker as Darth Maul. Everyone is gonna say that's their favorite part of the whole.
But what
the,
specific part with him?
the fight between Ahsoka and Darth Maul, the apprentice. The was it
That-
the Phantom?
Yeah.
Apprentice?
The
Phantom
Phantom Apprentice or the Phantom
Yeah, that's
something.
everybody's favorite scene.
Yeah,
like,
that was
100%.
on Mandalore. You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was hoping to actually see a connect with the Mandalorian because that might have been the siege of Mandalore. That right?
Darth Raven was in this show.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, that's what I forgot to tell you. 2 Easter eggs. When Darth Maul was cased in that box,
Yeah.
when you look in the design is Darth Revan's mask. If you look at the hole, he has the hole, and then there's the mask over.
Yeah, but that's a Mandalorian mask.
That's what everyone's saying, but that thing
It's
took
a
place.
It's a Mandalorian case that encased Sith and Jedi.
Yes, and one of the Siths that they encased was Darth Revan until he broke out. But that's why they're saying that Easter egg might be a clue that guy is going to show up in a new show as a cartoon or as
Oh,
a
that's
live action.
definitely another
The
discussion.
Is when Darth Vader was walking away and they show his reflection on the mask.
Yeah.
That's the exact same position Ahsoka entered when she went to fight Vader in Rebels. It was the same
Twilight of
camera.
the Apprentice.
Huh?
Twilight of the Apprentice.
Yes. Remember when she entered?
Yeah.
That's the exact same vision of her entering is the same as Anakin walking away. They just reversed it for the crowd. It's the same thing. If you look at the helmet, it's exactly the same shot as Ahsoka walking into to face Vader. So that's pretty cool. I was like, that's crazy.
Did you guys notice that the girl that was right next to the other Mandalore that they were carting Maul?
Mm-hmm.
You saw the two ladies that was right there, right?
Okay.
You know the one on the left? That's Sabine's mom.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I did not even know that.
Because I was listening to Star Wars Theory, and he acknowledged that the character that's right next to the girl is Sabine's mom.
That would make sense.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
anyway, so here's my favorite scene. My favorite scene.
Two.
My favorite scene. That was my second favorite, the one you mentioned, Alex. Okay. My favorite was because to me it was so dramatic and it had so much drama and punch to it. Was when Order 66 kicked in, and she was like Rex when Ahsoka when Rex went to get the order, and then as soon as the hologram went away, you see the door open and you see Ahsoka running up to him. So I think something's happened and whatever, and he drops his helmet, and all the troopers point the guns at her, and he's fighting it. He's fighting it from him. He's telling her, find him, and then he starts shooting, and she has to oh, that was right there.
Well, Rex already knew what was going on because when he said he says find fives, because he already knew what was going on because he did the audio of the chip malfunction, so he already knew what was going on. Yeah. He just couldn't control himself.
Yeah.
I just laugh how I mean I know it's gonna be nitpicky or whatever, but how Ahsoka Tano could survive this and all the Jedi Masters died with like 2 stormtroopers shooting them. That's why I was like, wait, because when you watch it, like she fought to get out, which I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
But when you watch Revenge of the Sith, these guys were like master to the master, highest level Jedis, and they die in 2 seconds. And Ahsoka Tano survives an onslaught of like every direction.
Did you notice that when they were firing at her, she was deflecting all those blades up, making that hole that she jumped out of.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, a lot of people are saying, well, because Anakin trained her very well to fight in every. I was like, yeah, but he ain't trained her in like every 100,000 bolts coming at you. Because she was shooting from every direction, was getting hit, and she's like, damn. I was like, come on, man. I was like, you got Jedi Masters in the 3rd movie that are like higher than you. Like die but no, I mean honestly I think to me Darth Maul as a character I appreciated him more.
Oh my goodness,
I want to see more of him.
He wiped out so many troopers and he didn't even need a lightsaber to do it.
He did a better, it's crazy, I think he was more brutal than Darth Vader in Rogue One, because Rogue One, I mean everyone says that's awesome. I was like, yeah, but Darth Maul in this one, he was more ruthless. This dude beheaded people.
He actually
with the arm, click.
Justice from Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't need no lightsaber. He just used the Force.
All right.
He was like, how do I bring down this shit?
All right.
Hyperdrive.
Oh, the hyperdrive. Oh my god! And when it came out of hyperdrive, you see it already damaged. That was great. Jamel, what's your favorite scene?
Mine. I have 3 actually.
Just one.
The first one. Well, let me just say this. I liked compared to the Darth Maul and Ahsoka. That was good. the scene that I liked was when Ahsoka and Rex were like back to back, and Ahsoka took her lightsabers and then just actually threw them to the ground and then um controlled them to make that circle.
Oh my
It
God!
reminded me. That reminded me from Episode 3 in the deleted scenes where Anakin and Obi-Wan did the same thing
Yes,
to get away from Grievous,
right.
and then they ended up in the water
Mm-hmm.
in Episode 3. But the one that will stick out is I was going to say my least favorite, the ending where Vader picks up the lightsaber,
Yeah,
but then when you see the bird going around.
yeah.
I forgot the name of the bird. That bird was from the Ones. That's the daughter. From the Ones.
Isn't that the owl that we saw in Twilight of the Apprentice?
Yeah. It basically signifies that, he failed.
Oh shoot!
He didn't bring balance.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
At least not yet at that point, because they wanted.
Did you find?
Yeah.
Did you find that Darth Vader looked way better
Yes.
in this one than in Rebels?
Yes.
Well, it's better animation now.
It's better animation.
Yeah.
Let me make a comment about that before we wrap up. The lightsaber fights in between Ahsoka and Darth Maul in this was amazing. Like, I said to myself, wait a minute, there's something different about this fight than the fights we've seen in the past, in other Clone War episodes in the past, and even in Rebels. There's it seemed more real. Like, it seemed more live action than it does cartoon, because in cartoon they're kind of like, they do these moves, and it's fine, it's all good. But I saw this one and I was like, yo, that's hot, man. They really did, they did something. It was different.
Yeah, well, what they did was they motion captured Ray Parker as
Yes.
Darth Maul.
I heard.
And what made sense is, I was like, holy crap, if you could do this now with this, and I know it's expensive. You could tell it's expensive because they did it only for that one episode.
Yeah.
But the outcome, which everyone liked, was so well done. I mean, even the chick that played Ahsoka in that whole motion capture, I mean, when she slid on her knees, when he's doing all this and she slid backwards and then she started throwing all the tate quieto everywhere, and I was like, holy crap.
The behind the scenes thing was really good.
Yeah.
He said even Ray Parker even said that he loved doing it. It was
he loves. Let me tell you something. I love Ray Park in that way, that he's so into this. Like, as soon as, hey, Ray Park, you want to come and do something for the movie or a cartoon? He's like, heck yeah.
Well, he died in like the first movie he ever did.
Huh?
So he's like, he died in the first movie he ever did.
I know,
like,
but there was such a popularity with him that they had to bring him back some way, and they did.
Don't be surprised he'll be in Mando, somewhere in Mandalorian.
Oh, I don't think so.
No,
why not?
Because the Mandalorian happens after the events of Return of the Jedi. He died before Episode 4.
Yeah. He died in Rebels.
Obi-Wan killed him before Episode 4.
Killed him
the Mandalorian starts 5 years after the Battle of Endor.
Or maybe they do a what's it called? Those Sith hologram?
No, they're going to... No, what do we do when we want to bring a character back from the dead? You clone them.
Or maybe he'll shoot us singing for the Sith Holocross, or whatever the hell is stupid.
The Holocross.
The Holocross.
The Holocross.
The what's it called? The holograms?
Holocrons. Holocron.
Yeah, maybe he'll do a scene for the Holocron.
A Holocron!
But then again,
smell it.
Those things mean crap anyway, because
smell the Holocron. It smells good, actually.
Those things mean crap because Disney destroyed what they do anyway. Like,
I actually can't wait for it to come out on DVD because I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like special features on how they created them.
I'm getting that joint on 4K, but in any case, I'm enjoying it the way it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our streaming because it's been a long time. We are on the 45-minute mark, and it's gonna take a while for this to get in. I hope you enjoyed this stream. And we wanted to like talk about this on May 4th, and it is at the mark of this video. It is indeed May 4th, 2020, in the midst of us all being home, which sucks. But aside from that, yeah, Alex has a lot to say about that. But I'd like to thank both my guests, Alex and Jamel. Jamel, plug in your page, please.
You can find me on Facebook on Jedi versus the Dark Side, The Order.
You can get his information there. He has a lot of cool theories and things. That this guy's a sage when it comes to this kind of stuff. So pay attention to him. Alex, what about yours? There you go. Alex, plug in your joint.
You can follow me on youtube.com/c/Ultra HD Geek for 4K reviews, Blu-ray reviews, and unboxing.
Oh, and Alex, why don't you show everybody in this what you're going to be showing soon in one of your shows coming soon as part of this?
It's probably going to be like an hour.
Next week, I'll be unboxing the Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
Look at that.
Edition.
It's got everything.
Yeah, so.
Smell that. Forget this. Forget this. Smell that.
It smells like burnt Death Star.
That's like a whole week.
Word. That's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Make sure you catch that, ladies and gentlemen, when he puts that up. I'm going to start saving my pennies to go get me that, too, because that looks awesome. I don't care. I'm a Star Wars fan. This is what I do. All right. So if you want to catch more future Strange Planet and Horror and Coffee content, Horror and Coffee, of course. I got your cups. They're coming, guys. Just consider subscribing. Tap on the bell below for future notifications. And until next time, everyone, may the 4th be with you.
And also with you.